We sell images online, illustrations and photos. We are the largest supplier to the educational market. The whole state of Iowa is our clients of ours. Warner Brothers use our content in TV productions, film productions, so we're worldwide. We upgraded approximately 3 years ago from a regular high-speed connection to a fiber connection.
What fiber does is it really gives us low latency, meaning voice video data services are as fast as you can push them. This is what's happening today.
The speeds we have are incredible. I've had other people come from all over the world into our office, and they couldn't believe the quality of our data connection to the internet. And they don't overload the networks in this area. They're very responsive to our business needs. They understand that if there's an issue, they're going to fix it, and they give us top priority. And there's that personal touch too. We have a personal contact we can get a hold of, and he responds to us on holidays 24/7, and you couldn't get that kind of service in the city.
Each provider is small enough that we can adapt to your needs. We can make you feel like you are in the city even though you're in a rural environment. We're bringing gigabit speeds to your doorstep. That's 1,000 times faster than what you would have had in the year 2000.
Hi, my name is Randall Lob. I live here in Goderich, Ontario, and I am a director and a screenwriter. In the last few years, I really picked up on my writing, and it started in, I think, around 2006 when my partner Mark Hussey and I started working with Richard Fitoussi, and Rich had some footage that he had shot in Afghanistan, and he had a lot of footage, and we had to help him turn it into a story.
He helped to write it, and I did the editing and post-production on that project, and it was a really, really rewarding experience to see that come from concept into a story, into a film that we saw on the big screen and on television.
So once we got the opportunity to work with Rich and we were able to build a profile, then we worked with Rich on something where we ended up at the UN, and they just accepted us on our work. It wasn't where we live.
One of the most amazing things, as far as the infrastructure in this town, is them putting in fiber. That's enabled me as a post-production guy to be able to stay here in Goderich.
With partnerships like we could have with a company like HuronTel or TCC or Hay, you can do things that are not possible to someone like us even 5-6 years ago.
We're working right now on a documentary about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, for example. We've been in discussions recently with Paramount, Warner Brothers, Lionsgate, Nickelodeon.
I went down to LA and I took our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle documentary, but I didn't take it. Mark posted the latest cut on Sunday night, and I was showing people Monday morning at 10.
Some of the most rewarding things is when you do something from a small spot like this and you send it down to Hollywood, and you get a response like, wow, this is as good as anything we see coming out of a big post house. So without high-speed bandwidth and high-speed internet in our community, it wouldn't make it impossible, but it would add a lot of hours to my life. And it would, instead of driving to Toronto now, when I finish something, I can go out and play with my kids, for example. That's rewarding, that's awesome.
When we began the program in 1989, a lot of people thought maybe it was just a fad. The types of technologies that we used back then were very basic. In 2009, we redesigned our whole facility. The goal was to totally eliminate manual sorting. To do that, we've brought in a number of technologies that hadn't been used elsewhere. But one of the big ones that we also use now is optical technology. It's a 9-foot wide conveyor belt that looks at materials traveling across it at 600 feet per minute, 500,000 separations an hour. And in comparison, the average human hand can only do about 1,500. It's just very, very important technology that without it, it wouldn't be possible for us to do what we do here today. There's only 3 of them in the world, one here, one in Italy, and one in North Korea. It says a lot as far as what's sitting right here in the county.
The CoOp began operations in 1937. So we just celebrated our 75th anniversary. And we're owned by approximately 4,000 farmers throughout the area. We specialize in commercial grains and also edible beans that we ship throughout the world. Well, once the harvest is finished, we store all of that product throughout the winter months, and then we run it through our processing equipment, which is destoners and magnets, in case there's any foreign material in it. And then they go into specialized sorting, electronicized sorting equipment. So at the end of this process, our beans are virtually free of any stones or defects or discolored product. We supply a lot of our product to Japan and Asia and also Europe, and they have pretty high standards as far as the quality goes. So we do a very good job of that upkeep. We consider ourselves one of the best in the world from a processing standpoint. Well, we do use state-of-the-art equipment, and every time the new technology is developed with this the sorting equipment, we're one of the first always to take advantage of that new technology. We are cutting edge in Huron County and throughout the world.
I'm Rob Boyce. Current occupation is photographer. I'm a techie junkie. It's kind of my thing, and people know me for that. I've come across a new way of doing things with what's called a UAV drone. This is actually a compact, small, looks like a spider, if you will, with 6 motors, propellers, and what's called a gimbal, which attaches the camera, and it's able to fly remotely and also by way of waypoint and computer. So I can attach my whatever piece of photography equipment, movie, still, a GoPro, whatever it may be, and take it into remote regions where someone might have to call a crew in or a crane or something to get to this location. I can do it quite easily from the ground. It's branched out already to speaking with the wind industry, flying up and inspecting the blades and the rotors and things like that that would be very difficult to do, or they would have to hire specialized crews, way bigger costs. I'm also looking at anything like pipeline inspections, conservation areas, wetlands, erosion on the lake shore. It's infinite.
I think we've really made a name for ourselves. Something so original, especially in this county. It doesn't really fit in an agricultural section. It's like we're harvesting ice every day. We're manufacturers of ice sculptures, ice blocks, anything made out of ice pretty much. We've been innovators in our business. Technology has grown our business, I think, exponentially over for the years we've made progress. And because we're such a unique business, all that innovation had to come from inside. We were developing new equipment, CNC technology, computer-controlled, 3D modeling, all this sort of stuff to model ice and carve ice in a way that it's never been done in such an age-old, artistic thing. We're reaching out to customers all around the world, so the internet has really opened our business up to make us accessible to everybody. We do business in Dubai, we do business in Norway, all over Europe actually, Asia, India, and it's absolutely key to staying in touch. The internet that we have here is by far faster. It's actually twice as fast. Even our IT company that comes down from some of the big cities to help us out with server technology cannot believe the service that we have.
We're a fully online high school. Everything we do is driven by technology.
Our courses are completely online. We don't have any students that actually reside. It's not a residential school. It's not a bricks and mortar school. So our entire business is virtual.
As we move forward, technologies become more and more advanced. The things that we can implement into our courses become more and more advanced.
When you put a course online, you don't have a live person there necessarily to guide the student through their learning process. So what we have to do is we have to engage the student in many different forms of learning.
Right now we've got videos embedded, we've got JavaScript embedded, we've got all kinds of interactions that happen within the courses.
We need to have a really fast connection here because we have like I think 28 machines that are updating and creating content and doing administrative work.
We don't want to see students who can't access something because their connection's too slow. That's counterintuitive to what we're doing here.
In this particular business, we're kind of like in the forefront of a whole paradigm shift in education, and we're having a big influence in not only in our own company, but influence in how online education is pedagogically put together.
My name is Leah Noel, and I am a lawyer in Goderich, Ontario. My work situation is pretty unique because I work for a law firm in London, Ontario. It's actually one of the largest insurance defense firms in the province, but I work from my home. The trip to my office is a 10-second walk downstairs into my home office. I don't have to drive anywhere. I don't have to spend any time in traffic. I am doing my part for the environment by working from home. I can work literally from anywhere in the world as long as I have access to high-speed internet and a telephone. Our firm is a completely paperless law firm, and all of our files are scanned into the computer system and saved on our server. So for me to access a file is a click of a mouse away. Our internet providers here are available so readily. It's not like it is in the big city. If you have a problem, you can phone and somebody will be here the same day and they will fix whatever your issue is. So, within that first startup period, we had a few hiccups, but they were very easily overcome. We love living in Goderich because we've got all the amenities of a big city center in our small town, and our children have access to sports and leisure activities. The schools are fantastic, and it's a great quality of life here.
We have a lake, we have the bush, and we have fields, and we have produce and gardens, and we have walks at night where we see the stars, and we have hardly any traffic. It's like you live in Mayberry, but Mayberry has broadband.